Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron jointly inaugurated Bharat Innovates Summit 2026 in France, Nice. The events focused on giving global exposure to Indian innovators. A total of 120 ventures were chosen from India who are taking part in this three-day summit. Now, the Indian Prime Minister said that India is not a consumer of solutions but a contributor. He said India is witnessing a startup revolution.
Bharat innovates with scale and speed. Bharat innovates for a sustainable future. And Bharat innovates for the whole world.
And speaking at the event, French President Emmanuel Macron hailed India's role in global innovation without naming the country. He said temptation to close AI models and make them a power tool which is growing in the world, but India and France believe in cooperative AI.
Recent days, we have seen the temptation to close up the AI models and to make them a power tool and to stop any cooperation. That temptation is growing up. But India and France believe in a true partnership, in multilingualism, respect, in cooperative AI.
120 startups and 15-plus premier institutions are showcasing India's technology innovation prowess. Indian innovators will interact with global investors, industry leaders and policymakers throughout the summit, starting from today. The summit will continue till the 16th. Prime Minister Modi is scheduled for multiple multilateral and bilateral engagements during his visit to France and Slovakia. And there will be a second leg of this visit. Prime Minister Modi will be heading to Slovakia for a meeting with his counterpart Robert Fico as well. All right, let's move further. Security has been ramped up to the highest level for the annual G7 summit taking place in France. French authorities have rolled out robust security measures to avert any security threats. The remote summit venue is accessible only via Geneva and will be hosting leaders from 7-member grouping, including Prime Minister Modi, who has participated regularly since 2019.
I'm here at the site of the G7 summit in France, and security, of course, has been increased. You can see behind me the visuals of the security at its best in terms of making sure that there is no untoward incident. And remember, high-profile summits and visits do see increased security, and the G7 summit is no different. Remember, not only 7 member countries of the G7 will be present, but invited member countries for the outreach summit will also be present at the summit, including the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has been consecutively invited for the G7 summit since 2019. But the big focus, of course, of the security is to make sure that everyone is thoroughly checked, because world leaders are present and there is, of course, always a lurking danger. Also remember that the site where the summit is taking place is only reachable through Geneva in an easy way. It can be reached through Paris and other areas as well. But of course, logistically, coming here is obviously a tough task. But the French side has put the best foot forward, making sure that there is no problem, not only in terms of the logistics, but also in terms of the security. Sudhan Sibal for WION in France.